G'day, here we are down at Lakelands. Richo'S Rant this week. Richo'S Rant is a lot of talk about what should be the fifth major.
Well, it all starts on the back of everybody saying that the Players' Championship is the fifth major. It's probably the most prestigious after a major. America doesn't need another major.
Well, my answer to it is very simple. Shit no. Right?
Yeah.
The Players is a great standalone tournament.
Of course it is.
The last thing we need is another major in America.
Yes.
And nothing against the Americans, I'm not saying that, but if you're talking about spreading golf worldwide, there needs to be then spread worldwide. And if it became a major, then the PGA Championship would have to move around.
We asked a question, what would you rank your majors into win?
Yep.
And the PGA got last of everyone. So people have done what they've done, PGA was the fourth.
Yep, without a doubt. Everyone puts it last. The others are very much dependent on what they feel, whether it's the British Open, US Open, the Masters.
The PGA seems to be last.
Yeah.
Now.
Every time. I haven't come across anyone that has ever gone,
I want to win the PGA.
I'd want to win the PGA.
Tennis.
Tennis. Tennis is perfect because it's set up perfect. Australian Open, French Open, the Championship, or what used to be Wimbledon, right?
US Open.
And the US Open. You have to travel. You have to go to different places.
If you want to win a major,
Gary Player always said, I travel everywhere in the world because to class myself as a world-class golfer, I need to win and play well in all different places.
Seven-time Australian Open champion.
Yep.
I watched something on him, the Chronicles. He just wanted to go everywhere and beat everybody. That was his go.
Yep.
He wanted to beat everyone.
Look, unfortunately, you can have a world #1 and really only basically play in America. As long as he's winning enough tournaments.
And America is the biggest tour, I agree with that.
Yep.
It's more points to get world rankings and all that. But potentially, if you get rid of the PGA, US PGA Championship, you can still call it the PGA Championship.
The World PGA Championship, I don't know.
Whatever, but move it around. Maybe something in the Southern Hemisphere.
Something needs to be moved around.
Because you got
Yep.
Masters, US.
Yep.
US Open, which should be in the US. British, or the Open.
Yep.
In the UK.
Yep.
And the PGA, if that could be somewhere else, maybe you'd have world #1s or other players travelling.
Yeah.
In saying that, then we did look, and we're not saying Australia, it needs to be in Australia, it just has to be somewhere else.
Yes.
But we're trying to get, because Greg Norman tried to make the world tour, which didn't take off.
No. And I think with that world tour, he was quite happy to incorporate those Opens.
Yeah.
So you would have those Opens incorporated.
Like Australian Open, US Open, British Open.
I think if you have, look, I still see no reason why the PGA can't get moved around a little bit more anyhow.
Comment down below on what you think, guys, because it's interesting. We had a talk for about 5 hours the other night. Didn't get any videos done, but it's interesting.
Just do not see a point of putting another major in America.
Yep, agreed.
And the only problem with the Players as well is that it's played at the same place every year, so it'll be very similar to a jazzed up version of the Masters.
Interesting.
I think people have loved the Masters because of such a steep tradition.
Yep.
There's no advertisement there, everything's plain. So it's that very traditional thing. And I
the
think
players can stay where it is.
Stay alone tournament.
But as a major,
something
needs to take the PGA's place.
Yep, because otherwise you're going to get it all dominated. We see it with Australian players here. Jason Day's made it pretty clear. His future was always in America.
Which is fair enough. I mean,
so the players are travelling less. And that's fair enough. I'm not saying anything wrong about that, but I'm just saying that...
But to make it an incentive...
If you want to win one of each of the tennis majors...
You got to travel.
You have to travel. And you have to learn how to play in different conditions.
Yeah,
that is the other things.
And they're all different surfaces.
Yep. So you look at the different surfaces. You look at those people that win the 3 majors and then they're struggling with clay. And it's like, you
just need to get better at clay and then you hopefully win it.
And I think that's the thing that we've always admired with those players that have won on each different surface, rather than just be a specialist as... And the same thing, you can win America, you can win England, you can win in Australia. It really classes you as a world-class golfer. And exactly what Gary Player thought. But
even Jack Nicklaus, all the older guys seem to travel more.
Jack Nicklaus won a few Australian Opens, I think.
Yep. And didn't Jack say Australia should be a 5th major, or maybe one of the biggest did say something like that?
And I think that's the way certainly through that 70s and 80s, that's what a lot of the players looked at.
They travel more, but there was more money, and we know, like, you move a major to somewhere other than America, it could be okay.
I think the money will follow with it, simply by the fact that it's a major. No different than the Olympics.
Yep.
You move the Olympics, it's still the Olympics. So, that's what I think. I think that you cannot just put them all into one country.
Agreed. Comment below on what you think, guys, because it's interesting. We want to create some conversation. Maybe something will change, maybe it never will, but that's something that, if it did change, would be a benefit to golf.
I think so.
Thanks for checking out the video.
Beautiful.
See you next time.